Hello and welcome to another episode of the Live E-commerce podcast. I'm your host, Nicholas Bayash, and today my special guest is someone that I met across a community that I love and cherish called Everything Marketplaces. This is a community for founders and passionate about marketplaces. And in this community, one day I was, browsing around and I read the word WhatsApp, which always intrigued me because I'm a big WhatsApp user, and then I start to land on this profile of Caesar Martin, and then I got to meet this person, and I will tell you, it was a fantastic conversation. Not only Caesar is well versed in everything WhatsApp, but he's also one of those builders that really uh, take you somewhere where you will think you could do some really amazing thing with the app itself. The app is, if you're a WhatsApp user, I think it's fantastic. They keep adding more and more features. You can do really tons of things, and so I could not be more thrilled to have Cesar coming on the pod today because obviously WhatsApp is big for me as a foreigners living in the US and a good mean of communication. But if you go and travel, you will find out that WhatsApp is used by many communities, by many countries, and it's part of their day-to-day thing. So I'm so excited to have you, Cesar, and wants to dive with you on WhatsApp. But before we go there, maybe do the favor for the community here listening to this podcast to properly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Nicolas. Thank you for hosting this podcast. I'm Cesar. I'm the founder of Chatwith. Chatwith is a WhatsApp CRM company. We are a SaaS platform. We've been working on this solution for the last 3 years. And the reason why is because, as you mentioned, WhatsApp is huge. WhatsApp is a 2 billion users platform, marketplace, channel, you name it. But I think it's a huge opportunity for any B2C brand. We think WhatsApp is a fantastic channel to communicate, to engage, to sell, of course, to send updates, promotions, events. I mean, it's the channel where more people is connected in a daily basis. And it's true, it's international. It's true in the US, it's not as popular, but as everyone knows, Facebook is going to get the job done, and we think we will see soon WhatsApp being a dominant player in the social aspect in the US as well. So this is the
Yeah.
reason we are here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And speaking of that difference of of market, I wanted to ask you that. Like, why do you think is WhatsApp so viral and popular in Latam, for instance, or even the Spanish culture altogether? Because in Spain it's super popular and some other countries, and it's not as popular maybe in Europe or in the US. Like, how why is that? And then how do you think the market is going in from that perspective?
Well, as you know, WhatsApp is the viral effect is a key factor in a platform like WhatsApp. I mean, if you have all your contacts in WhatsApp, you have more communications, more conversations, more everything on WhatsApp. If you don't, then there is a step to be taken, but by your friends, by your family, and if they don't do it, there is no WhatsApp, no, for your circle, no, for your community. And this is happening in the US. In the US, I think there is 100 million WhatsApp users. It's not a lot, but it's a very good number, and it's growing. And the effect, the reason WhatsApp is growing is the viral effect. No, I mean, more people from outside is coming to the States. They keep using WhatsApp. They start a conversation with their circle on WhatsApp, and this continues to expand the viral effect of WhatsApp. But it's true, in the US, SMS is the most popular channel, and iMessage is a very dominant player in the messaging communications. So
Yeah.
that's something you need to consider. But I think WhatsApp is taking every day more users, is taking more market share. So it's becoming the platform that where is I think it's more fun to have a conversation because the multimedia in WhatsApp is fantastic. You can send videos, images, locations. I mean, it's really rich, and it's really cross device. I mean, the problem with iMessage is that it's fun, you know, if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an
Yeah.
iPhone, you lose all the fun that is
And then
happening
you
there.
have to install a bunch of apps to make it better. Because I remember like the reason for me to have WhatsApp was initially, just to be completely transparent, being someone that was traveling, wanted to maintain touch with family, and so you can do it for free through WhatsApp. And I end up finding myself like chatting with a lot of my friends on WhatsApp that even are in the US because of the richness of this media multimedia, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And it's true that even if you have the iPhone, you still need to add, if you want a GIF, you have to add the special app for that, and it's a lot of different touch point. Where WhatsApp is all sold there, I don't have to think about it, so maybe on the lazy side. But I found myself, it's funny because I found myself sometime not calling on the phone, like with my co-founder. We WhatsApp each other, and we both have an iPhone, and we both are in Atlanta, and it's, so it's true. Like we completely. I have the WhatsApp app on my computer, and it's like now I do conference call on WhatsApp as well from time to time. Yeah, it's really becoming that multi-dimension communication app. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's what we think. That's what we perceive in terms of how good is WhatsApp. I mean, WhatsApp is truly a unique messaging platform. I mean, it's really well done, and with our solution, what we want to offer is this platform for companies to engage with their customers. No, because there is a gap that is missing in terms of, hey, I'm a company. I'm using Outlook. I'm using Gmail. I'm using uh, old-fashioned communication channels. But all my customers are in messaging, and this is something every company needs to face and understand. If you are a B2C brand, you need to have some messaging capabilities in your platform, because otherwise you are going to lose touch with your customer base.
But in some way, like if you're a B2C, I hear that as a D2C brand, you want to have like some sort of direct channel to communicate with your audience. But how do you make the case between, hey, I can use, WhatsApp, or I can use just SMS, which is already something I'm already using? What is that, like a pure cost benefit that in your point of view, or is there another thing to think about that?
Well, there is a cost. I mean, there is a paper message you need to consider, but also there is a more multimedia aspect, no, in the platform and in the messages you are going to deliver. And this is linked to live shopping or video experiences, where if I want to share a video with my audience, is with SMS it's not possible. I can send a link to a video somewhere. With
Mhm.
WhatsApp, I can send the video itself in the template, and the video is going to be in the message. The user doesn't need to go outside WhatsApp to view that video. It's going to be played in the
Mm.
conversation itself. So I think WhatsApp is doing a fantastic job making everything happening in the platform itself. Like they have payments, for example. You can make payments inside the application. You can send locations. You can send documents. It's a truly rich environment. And what we sometimes heard from the users is that, hey, I don't want to go outside WhatsApp. I want to do everything inside WhatsApp. I want to see
Mm.
the product. I want to buy the product, or I want to make the booking. I want everything happen inside WhatsApp. There is no need to go to a browser that is going to be complicated, slow, hard to use. If everything can happen inside WhatsApp, the experience is going to be much better for everyone.
Interesting. And for the listener out there that I'm thinking, okay, well, obviously WhatsApp can also be used for building community, and it's a community tool, but like why should I go with WhatsApp versus like maybe a chat, a Facebook community or some of those other community platform like Circle or anything like? How would you compare uh, the benefit and those community using WhatsApp versus some of these others solution?
Yeah, and that's a very good point, and I think it's important to understand who is your user. No, I mean, if your user is, let's say, a high developed, business or business owner, or even a developer, something like that, then you can present solutions like Circle or something a bit more complicated. No, let's say if your audience, if your sellers or if your buyers are everyday, human beings like me, like you, like everyone else, that don't want to complicate much, their everyday, they don't want to learn a new technology, login in a new platform, anything like that, WhatsApp is going to be the best channel for them because is their daily tool, is something they use every day, is something they are going to be, with all their contacts inside already. So the benefits to expand through these communities in WhatsApp is going to be fantastic for any brand. I mean, we work with a lot of, multi-level marketing companies who sell, cosmetic and beauty, fintech solutions, auto, education. If you need a network that is going to spread fast, I will say WhatsApp is the right answer for those companies and products because, as I mentioned, no, all your contacts are already there. So if I have a product to sell, it's going to be very easy to distribute.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and also with WhatsApp, I'm assuming there's also this notion of notification, right? When I have my Facebook group, I can, for me to receive notification about the group is I have to be on Facebook, and I'm not quite often on Facebook. So, and only I think Facebook will probably not show me notification all the time. It's probably gonna curate those notifications. With WhatsApp, I will get my notification regardless. So
Yeah.
that's, I guess, and especially like as you say, if I come back quite often to the app, I will see everything's happening. That's the notification can be really powerful. What do you think are the kind of the best practice for someone that's wants to create that community and wants to create that engagement on WhatsApp? Like any playbook or anything that you can think of?
Well, I mean, there is something that also is important to consider about WhatsApp. That is a very intimate channel. So we need to be very careful about how we engage, how we present even ourselves in the platform, how we want to communicate with other colleagues or customers. So because you need to think this is their family and friends channel, so it's very intimate, it's very
Oh yeah.
personal. Everything that is there is very important for me because it's either my kids or my wife or my friends, or so this is something that we need to be super respectful in terms of what we share, when we share it, and how we share it. This is something that is really important. I mean, we cannot go there and spam across the board. That's not going to work. We need to really engage in a conversation. So first, I will say inbound is the best practice. So if you have a website, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel, add a link to your WhatsApp and tell the user, hey, let's engage in WhatsApp because I want to be in touch with you. That's, I think, inbound is the best practice because is the user who is asking to access your WhatsApp channel. So I think that's a no-brainer. If you want to do outbound works, but you really need to have a really hot audience. What by that we mean, normally you need to loop the user in a very short time frame. Like if someone is asking for information, you should send a WhatsApp in the next hour. You should not wait the next day or 2 days after. You should be very quick, very fast in terms of engaging with that user if you want to use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is going to work very well if you do it fast. Yeah, a quick loop where you say, hey, this is the product, this is the coupon, this is the offer. Do you want more information? Yes. Okay, let's move forward. And that should happen in a few minutes, hours. You should not wait days, because after a day, your conversation can be really down in the chat list, so no one is going to remember anymore what happened there.
And so, do you recommend for the brand out there and the retailers that are thinking about WhatsApp as a platform? Do you recommend like the one-on-one conversation or the one-to-many, or like just doing a group? Because there's really different option within the WhatsApp, right? We can you can
Yeah.
we can get into a one conversation, or I can do, like, I think it's called a group, right? Or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, a group is very good if you want to do like a open forum type of dialogue. No, for example, you bring an expert in the matter, and everyone can make some questions. The group can be open only for a few minutes, hours. So during that time, hey, everyone with questions, come on board, and an expert will be answering you live in this group. And this is a fantastic experience. No, some brands, they do it like that. No, the group is closed until there is a time of the day, a time of the week, where everyone can make some questions, suggestions, anything like that, and that's fantastic. Also, a group is very good to do announcements. No, if you're going to do a live event, a live shopping experience, you can say, hey, next Tuesday at 9 p.m. we have the live shopping event. And this is something that we see a lot happening within our sellers, in multi-level marketing. No, when they make live shopping experiences, they use the groups to announce that to their users and friends. And finally, the one-to-one is something that is very important when you want to finalize the process. No, if you want to recover an abandoned cart, if you want to close the sale of someone who is in the process of getting something done, I think the final personalized message is very important. Like, hey, Nicolas, I know you want this. This is a coupon for you. It's a 10%. You need to go
Mhm.
now to the website. This is only for the next 4 hours. Something that is really personalized and really connects with you. I think is always going to help to push the customer to finish the process.
Interesting. And just for the listeners and myself as well, group and community are the same thing, right? There's no real difference between both.
No, it's the
Okay.
same.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. One of the use case I remember that I've been thinking, and I don't know if someone is actually doing that, but in China, um, what I was hearing from Sharon Guy, who came on the pod, is that we are moving toward a community commerce more and more, where because email is not a thing over there, and so how do you create those one-on-one relationship? And so when you go to a store, very often people will ask you for your WeChat. The sales agents will ask you for your WeChat, so they can have like you can have you in your contact, and it can have this one-on-one conversation and relation building. I wonder when people are going to start using that, retailers are going to start using that to with WhatsApp to start building those relationships for their sales vendor. And maybe that's already the case in South America, because WhatsApp is already very predominant online online retail. I don't know if do you have any use case around that? Have you seen some of that being happening?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's the everyday practice in South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, Middle East. I mean, I will say, I mean, 2 billion users on WhatsApp. I mean, you need to consider is almost a third of the population on the planet. So this is a huge opportunity marketplace. I mean, if you are selling something that is global, if you are doing export import, if you sell digital goods, uh, I think WhatsApp is a must. I mean, I don't think WhatsApp is an option. I think it's something you need to have because
Mm.
if you want to reach out people in in South America, from Mexico to Chile, WhatsApp is very dominant. I mean, even
Yeah.
B2B transactions are on WhatsApp. I mean, like email is pretty much dead.
Mm.
I mean, about email, I mean, the data. I mean, the data is in on email you have, if you are very good, you can have 20-30% open rate and maybe 1% click rate. With WhatsApp is 80-90% open rate. So I
Yeah.
think it's a channel that you need to at least start trying, start checking what's happening. If my audience is good for it. But the same, the Middle East is a very huge market. I mean, Dubai, Qatar, all that region, the same is heavy on WhatsApp, and is a very, it's a very rich region with a lot of very good customers where you can, target on WhatsApp. So I think there is a lot of opportunities for this. I think there is, I think unless you are selling only in the US,
Yeah.
only physical goods that are on retail, I think it's worth checking at least what's happening, and
Yeah.
just having the channel open and start checking what's happening there.
I do want to see one of those experiments. So I mean, for B2B, I think, as you say, the use case is clear, but I do want to see at some point that use case where I go to a retail store for buying a physical product, and then instead of signing up for an email or anything, the cashier say, hey, or the guy who helped me out buying my new fridge or something, say, hey, why don't I you on my WhatsApp, and I'll let you know what next time there's like special
Ah, yeah.
promotion or something, like I think that experience and building that relationship with that salesperson, like, because today we don't share phones or anything, right? Maybe he's going to give you his card with an email, and what's the likelihood that something's going to happen? Probably nothing. But I think having this experience where you actually establish a real channel of communication is pretty interesting to me, and I really want to see that happening for retail, because I think that's going to unlock a lot of thing.
Yeah, and just one thing for everyone listening. I mean, WhatsApp. There are three options for WhatsApp. WhatsApp app is the one that everyone can use. You have WhatsApp Business. WhatsApp Business is a version of WhatsApp. It's free as well, but is designed for businesses, and you can have your logo, your catalog. You can have more information about your business. So it's a more professional kind of application for companies, and it's like you don't need to share your personal number. No, you share the
Yeah.
company's number. So WhatsApp Business is very good. And then you have a WhatsApp API. WhatsApp API is the version for large companies. And this number, what provides is everything about automation. So if you want to send, smart replies, if you want to send bulk
Mm.
messages, if you want to do more things on a automated way, that's the version you need to apply. So there are three versions. So don't think WhatsApp is, the app you may know. There are three versions, and WhatsApp and, well, Facebook is really working very hard to make companies
Yeah.
happy and comfortable using WhatsApp in a secure and smart way.
It felt to me that WhatsApp for many years was kind of like had no much innovation, but I don't know. Like I feel like a year for the last 2 years, there has been tons of things coming up on the app itself, and it's been super vibrant and a lot of things coming up. Yeah, a lot of things I was not expecting for sure. So um, now I wanted to ask you for event marketing specifically. So in the video commerce and live stream shopping, basically one of the there's really I won't say a problem, but like one of the main important thing that we need to figure out is like, how do I promote my live show and get people in and tell them that I'm here, I'm going to talk about this and have this live engagement. So we talked about the community aspect, but I'm curious, like, what are the kind of and I think you hit it on it already, but like what's some of the feature that makes it quite beneficial for event promotion, for instance?
Yeah, in this regard, I think this is something that I think we need to explore, a bit more further down. But notifications of events or upcoming events or save the date, things like that in WhatsApp are very effective. I mean, you
Yeah.
can send, the link to the event. You can embed else, a small clip of the like a teaser, no, a big video in the message itself. You can add buttons in the templates, so you can ask questions like, hey, did you like the event, or did you prefer other topics? So you can really make WhatsApp work for you. I mean, you
Mm.
can use WhatsApp as a notification channel, but after the event you can capture some feedback from the customer. You can recover abandoned cards. You can do some upsell if it's a good option. So WhatsApp is really going to help you in the pre-event. So notification, engagement, making everyone like very happy about the event that is coming. And after the event you can send coupons, reminders, links to the shopping cart, so you can try to close as many sales as you can. This is something we have done, and it's been very good, because the engagement in WhatsApp is where the everyone is connected. Is I mean, we face a lot of consumers who don't have a computer anymore. I mean,
Mm.
this is something that is happening more and more. The younger demographic, or the elderly, those are extremes that more and more don't have a computer anymore. They don't think a computer is important anymore. They are happy with the phone. With the phone they have everything. So if your shopping experience doesn't fit in their phone, doesn't fit in
Yeah.
their life, and this is something everyone needs to consider. No, more and more people don't consider the computer, the laptop experience, as something that is the real thing. No, no, the real thing is in the phone.
Mm. And all those automations can be built using the WhatsApp API, something that
Correct.
your company can help build
Correct.
as well for brands that are interested. So that's pretty cool. I'd love to see what kind of what do you see the future of WhatsApp, and how is that evolving in the context of marketing? You were mentioning about payment. Do you see that WhatsApp is going to be that super app that everyone talks about, and or do you think it's just going to focus and remain that kind of that channel of communication? I'm curious to hear your thought there from your point of view.
Well, I think Facebook, Meta, they are pushing WhatsApp, as hard as they can. I mean, of course, there is a lot of regulation, and there is a lot of governments, looking into Meta and what they are doing. Payments, of course, is very crucial for everyone, and that can be hard to corner, because it's going to be very regulated. I mean, there are payments in Brazil and Indonesia. Those are the two markets where WhatsApp payments are enabled. I guess they want to expand that, and it's going to be fantastic the moment we have WhatsApp payments across the board. No, because there is no need to do a checkout outside the application. You can do the checkout inside the application. So payments is very important, and the other part that is very important is automation is going to be more and more easy to set up, use. I mean, right now there is a bit of development required, but hopefully this will become more and more part of the Facebook Business Manager, and everyone should be able to do it from their accounts. So we hope this is going to be moving forward, to easy the process.
That's a pretty interesting conversation there, and then I like how you frame it. I was almost thinking like, well, wonder why WhatsApp. And when Facebook launched Thread, which was kind of that alternative to Twitter, why they didn't merge with WhatsApp in some way? Because if you think about what X is doing, is they're really going after that communication channel, right? Where you can now have call, you can have you can do those things, but in some way, like if you have 2 billion users on WhatsApp, it wouldn't have made sense to have Thread there. But the more you talk about it, I can see maybe like some of that point of friction, and maybe I prefer to have it separate. I don't know. I just found it super interesting, the dynamic with social media, and how those apps are evolving in our ecosystem. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
where can people find you if they want to engage with you? And we haven't talked about your YouTube. Maybe you can do a quick shout out to your YouTube.
Yeah, well, we have a YouTube channel that is going well. I mean, we have some users and some views, and it's really where we share everything we do. I think you need to search for link to WhatsApp. I think that's the more or less the keyword. If not, Cesar Martin, that's my name, but we will share everything in this podcast, so it's easy to find. And the company is called chatwith.io. That's the our main page, and you can start from there. We have I mean, there is a free tier in our platform. I mean, we want to really help anyone. So if you want to try what we do, if you want to start, learning more about WhatsApp, there is a free version, and free means free, completely free. No credit card, no nothing, no. You can start using what we do for free, unlimited, so you can see if there is a good fit for your business.
Fantastic. We will link all this information on the description of this podcast, as well as something you will be able to find on estreamy.com/podcast. That's estreamly.com/podcast. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Cesar, for being willing to share more about WhatsApp. This is a fantastic platform, and I'm so thrilled that we got a chance to kind of take a sneak peek at what's going on in this space. As you say, 2 billion users. I didn't realize WhatsApp had 2 billion users. That's a pretty big number. So that's certainly something we should be watching out much more closely. Uh, Thank you. We will be here every Tuesday for another episode of the Live E-commerce podcast, and as you know, every Friday we are on LinkedIn, on X, and on Facebook, where we talk about the V-commerce show, the show that review the top created news of the week. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you again to the next Tuesday. Bye for now.